Rearranging this wall is probably not my number one priority right now. I do have to sort through everything, but cleaning and dusting is my number one priority. And I do notice that there's some cobwebs and stuff, and I really want to make sure, and there's lots of dust buildup, and I kind of want to put my favorite things here, and I do have to sort through everything to make sure that, I'm keeping the best things I have. So I have to downsize everything, maybe to nothing, but in the time being, I want to make sure I have my favorite things on the list. Now, I'm not going to show you me vacuuming, but I have everything standing by. I've got my vacuum cleaner here plugged in and ready to go. I like to use an industrial vacuum because they're cheaper and they have really good suction. This is more of a vlog channel kind of thing, but we are focusing on 1/6 scale, my 1/6 scale miniature wall, and I do have all of these new favorites that are just in this box. So I have to take down the ones that I don't like. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange the shelves. So I think I'm going to I looked in my basement and I don't have another slat that's that long enough. Now I could cut one. I do have extra pieces of these boards that I make these panels for my walls to make these shelves that I can display certain toys that I love. But I can cut one. I don't want to take the time to cut one down to get out the saw and measure and have all that done. So and I shouldn't be doing that because I have to get rid of everything anyway. So what I am going to do is I'm going to rearrange the shelves, and I think I'm going to put this one that's taller, and my new idea is to put dolls and action figures on them, and I'll put it in the middle section, the larger, so then if I happen to be able to want to take a picture of somebody, I'll have that area, that place, and it will work out really well for me, and I don't have to bend over and hurt my back, because that's the hardest part of taking 1/6 scale photography, is just getting that angle. It really hurts me. It's a huge hard toll on my back. So if I do have something that is at eye level, that would be perfect. So I am going to shift all of the shelves down and take off the things. This is kind of a waste of space, and I've never used those animals. And they're the ones that I see some cobwebs on, and especially because they never get pulled down. The motorcycles I never use those either, but I have curated those two bicycles to be my favorite. And the cool rocking horse. I have some pretty cool stuff. And then the stuff up here, I can see another cobweb on these shelves. I guess we'll talk about it first, but I'm gonna vacuum each thing and I'm gonna pull it all down, and then I'll get back to you when this is the first time I'm trying this pause video thing, instant editing, on my computer, and we'll see if that works, because my computer doesn't have the power to edit, but it has the power to pause while I vacuum and pull everything down. So I'll check in. Well, you'll see in a second. I've already had a casualty from it dropped. I guess I was trying to vacuum lightly off the stuff before taking it down, but I think the best option was to pull it down even though it has dust on it, and then deal with it afterwards. And I tried to give it a light dusting. Anyway, something that I often forget to do when cleaning is to start from the top and work your way down, because eventually the stuff has to fall, and then so the dust can just settle if it is falling down more, and then you can get the stuff as you go down. So I'm quite happy with what's happening here. There's probably, ideally, I don't want to put anything on the very top shelf. That means I have to get rid of a lot of stuff, and I guess this motorcycle is going to be one of them. Now that it's broken, I don't feel as happy about it. It's kind of like a very unique thing, and I never even ever took a picture of it as far as I can remember, or anything. It's very like a caveman, which I do have a caveman that is my favorite, Slate. perfect for him to ride on. That's what I was thinking about when I got it. But yeah, apparently the quality is not as good as I wanted. I have no idea what kind of metal this is for it to break like that. It's porous, and I thought it was heavy, and I thought it was better made. And then I even thought about saving these wheels. I thought they're kind of nice, but they're not good enough. They're not my Pioneer style. The teardrops are. I could probably make a wheel that I liked more than this. So I think this is a complete write-off. I don't know if it's something that, I guess I would donate it. Somebody might want to fix it. It probably would be an easy fix to glue that together. And then I even thought of, yeah, no, we can, I'm moving on from that. Other things that were on the very top shelf were these boxes. They need a better dusting, but I did do a little overhaul. I don't like the unfinished wood pattern. I don't really mind the what would it call, compressed wood, compressed sawdust, MDF. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I kind of like the look of the MDF. I never had a problem with that. I like it more than the burnt laser cut edges that we see on some things sometimes. And these shelves would be very useful for opening up miniatures and displaying them on the camera, and that is why I kept them. And what these were once is that, like, I have 4 of them, so they're kind of rudimentary, which, like, they're not, the shelves aren't all even and everything, so I do kind of like them, and there is possibilities for displaying smaller things and using them, despite me not liking this faux wood finish on the side. It would have been better if they just left that off, but it does seem to be like staying together. Now, what these had on them were these things, which we're not at this shelf yet, but as much as I like these, what do you think, doji screens? Or I used to, like, I did use them at times for windows and stuff. That's why I bought them. I thought these were so cool. I had them in a few different colors, but I don't think, yeah, they came off here on hinges. It's funny how in the end those were supposed to be the discarded parts that I would never use, but I'm not going to discard these yet, because there is so much potential for these, like room dividers, and I have used them before, but I tend to work in 1800s opposed to, I don't know, maybe this is even older than that if you think of them in Asian style, but it does look like a more modern, but you can get some good light casting through those, and they work good as like room divider like this, or windows like this. And then of course I bought them in both colors because the black and the white stuff, they work good together and they work good separately, and work well separately. I think those are a keeper, just not for the wall. And anything else? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about these boxes. I bought these to put, I thought they were kind of a test that I bought them. They're also really nice. I am assuming they're like tea boxes. I think that's where, are just storage boxes. All of this stuff is from the dollar store, except for the broken motorcycle. But I was so happy with how the Dollar Tree little plastic containers fit in there. So if I put legs on the bottom of them, they could work as a pantry. The buckle is not cool though, because that takes you out. You could remove that though and put that's what I like to do, and then put the hinges on the inside, like in this. So here's an example of me taking some of these little chests and putting the hinges on the inside, and then using the clasp that was normally on the face of it and putting it on the outside and using it as like a handle. And I do want to make another one of these, and I do have, and these gratings that are on here. So this is kind of my kitchen island kind of thing. We're jumping ahead here, but that's good. So these are great storage boxes. Maybe I do want to put action figures in them instead. I thought I was going to buy 40 to 100 of these boxes if they worked out for me, but it didn't really. But like they are good little closets or shelves, or even they're good as storage boxes. So these have a lot of purposes, and it's nice to see the things that you have inside. It's just the fact that these bins fit in them so perfectly. It was really good. That's what I've ended up using them for, just as storage of tiny little things that I can be able to see and take accountability for. But I've cleared out most of those boxes, and I do have to go through those and see and divide and maybe put other little things. Now that I have so many new miniatures, maybe that's how I'll divide up the miniatures so I can keep them. But you know that I have been using these boxes recently, and this is a much, I don't know, a much easier to see everything, and also neater, and I just like to display and be able to, those are just easier to look at and look better and take up space and match and fit nest together better and everything. Let's keep going. These I know are going. I might as well show you these. I just won't, I mean, they really belong on this wall, but we have to prioritize. I don't know if I've never used those. I think I've used those. I've used those in some videos, in fact, when I would make this the center wall. Kind of seen this as a nighttime window and a daytime window, but it's even kind of cool as a whiteboard and a chalkboard in its own right. But they kind of work as pseudo windows in like a converted loft church, which is what I saw and envisioned when I bought them. But they do I kind of want to keep them. I should probably highlight the black, because I do like to have some black accents on here. That should be in the front. We will see. I'll have to dust them off, see how much space they take up, and let's just keep going. More dusting now. It's taking me a really long time, but I think I finally got most of it. Like, I've been dusting off each piece with the horsehair brush like this as I take it down, and then I've been putting the stuff up there. This is a good example. This is a rule that I live by. So when I think about buying something for my home or anything, do I love it as a piece of art? Because if it's all strewn around, or if it's like strewn, if it's all over the place, if it's like piled up together, is it gonna look nice? So this is a good example of me just throwing the stuff up as I was vacuuming it off and throwing it up and putting it up there. It still looks beautiful, even though it's a mess. So if you only buy beautiful things for your home, then you'll never have a mess. That is a rule that I came up with when, as far back as I can remember being a little kid. I only wanted the nicest possible things, because I wanted them all to match. And I know what I like, and I know it goes together, and that's a good example of that. But we need to curate this and bring it down here. But this next step is we're gonna put these shelves in a different order. Now, that's why you can't have a chaos mess, though. That's why you need to have minimal things, so you don't have big piles of things that are ready to be toppled over, which that's my problem, and that's what we're fixing. See how I got a washer and a screw, and they're going into the sides, kind of like that same concept of your melamine cabinets. That's another home thing that I don't ever want melamine or plastic, even if it's like a wood shelf and they have, everybody has those dividers in their home. It's funny for me to say this because I'm doing it, but this is so rudimentary. But your bookshelves, and they have those little pegs that you put in, and then you put the different slats of shelves on them. I just think I like a solid piece of furniture that is like built the way it is, and you kind of have to, if you own an item, you can't move a shelf. It either goes there or it doesn't. I'm old school that way. But that being said, I've got these industrial like shelves, and the reason I choose these is because they're not like the Billy bookcase. They're made of real wood, and I'd rather have industrial real wood than have. It's a lot more inexpensive, way cheaper, and it's it's adjustable and I can do more things with it. Like how I've made these really thin shelves, which have been really good for my toy collection over the years, is that I just take the legs of these, you can even get that kind of thing on Amazon, but very popular with IKEA. They always change the names of them, and I wouldn't even want to try to pronounce any of those Swedish names. But what I do is I just take the legs and I'll cut them down, and I'll also make them as the shelves, and then I'll just screw screws into the sides, and then I have these adjustable positions for making it whatever height I want, and that is what we're going to adjust today. But this has been they're like the moldings that you see on the floor. It has everything that I want. Like, this isn't it's like a 1950s house that I live in. I would rather live in a turn of the century home. That is my jam. But having those moldings, I gotta get to these boxes. That's what I should have been doing. We need to get these boxes out of here. I took them out of my closet so I could have this nice open space. I talk about this stuff on my vlog channel recently. This was the priority, to get the boxes out of the closet so I would have that open space to the wall. But now I still have to contend with these boxes, and I'm doing it. But this was really dusty, and it is something that I need to do, and this is good for the 1/6 channel, because we do have to sort through these things and look at them. And I don't think I'm going to go through each piece, but I think in an upcoming video we will have to. I'll tell you about each thing. Maybe after I curate it. We're not going to have the perfectly curated wall at the end of this, but we are going to adjust it. Now, I did bring my screwdriver. I made sure I found one that was perfect for doing this project. And now I don't see it because there's so many things. But what I'm going to do, I guess I'm going to explain it to you instead of talking you through it. I am just going to push this one down one, and I'm going to push them all down one. And the big space is going to be right here. So if I want to take a picture of something really easily and grab an action doll, that's what that space. So I guess it's going to be an empty space, or just because I don't have a board, and I'm not going to saw the right size piece if I don't have it. Kind of looks like what is it called? A Swiss ladder or a Swedish ladder. So we're talking a lot about Swedish today, which is the exercise equipment that I hope one day to have in my castle. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. These, again, these toy shelves, they're my art panels, and they restore the things I love and can look at and appreciate. We just have to curate and downsize and minimize and make sure it's only the best of the best. Even if there's only 3 months left of me living here. All right, I'm going to find my screwdriver, and I'm going to adjust these shelves to the better position. So have the shelves magically configured themselves? Did I move the camera? Did the light change too much? This space, pretty cool. I think most of the time I'll want to keep it empty and not have anything on it. Well, the chances of that are going to be very, very slim. But if I am going to have a larger shelf, I always think a larger shelf looks better at the bottom, but in this case, like, it's really perfect for if I did want to take a picture against a wall. And you can see that I can just easily store any project that I'm working on, something that I've done a review with, and in the best scenario would take it to Instagram, but it just, I don't have time for Instagram. Now, in the meantime, as much as I do have all of these things that still need to go on here, all of my favorite little things, I can put them back now because they're all dusted. But is that a video for now? Are you looking at my bum? Don't, cheeky. Don't look at that. All right, so we're putting. Yeah, I'm gonna put the stuff back on, but I do want to go through a box of stuff that I've not put anything else before. So I've come to these. Maybe we will go through some stuff. We will, but it won't be the finished project. I know today because I'll just keep looking at the wall and wanting to change something and add something and decide to throw something out and then decide that I want it back again. But we do have to get the stuff off of out of the way. Like, for instance, I had this Christmas tree. That's something that I did want to mention too. I had this Christmas tree on here, but it didn't really, it didn't really go. I didn't really like it. It's either black metal or wood is usually what this wall is for. But something that I probably will do in real life is, like, I've noticed, wait, do I have one of the good crates? Where's the good crate? These crates from the Dollar Tree, I talk about this in many videos over the past little while, but I really like the slatted wood on the ones that they used to have at the Dollar Tree, but right now the best ones you can get are these ones. I don't like the ones with the holes in them either, because it takes away from the 1/6 scale, but not as good with the flat panel. As you can see, there's not as much detail. I love these ones. But that being said, in real life one day, I think maybe if I ever have a tree at my place, I am going to get a smaller tree and put it on the shelf like that. Probably be a real tree, and I'll, it's so much easier to water it than getting under the tree and everything. But plus you have all this extra space for more toys and more presents. Like I did it in my diorama. I don't know if I can show it. Over on my toy channel. Can I get in there? Can you see? Oh yeah, see that tree? We used the green one for there, but we've got all of these toys, and we'll be getting at least 24 toys underneath that tree. So I love that idea. That's really cool. Maybe we'll keep that there for the holidays, even with the unmatching gray tree that really does match because it's gray and goes with everything. But while I'm doing this, instead of putting things back, or maybe I am going to put things back. So this is something, I don't know, is this, I think I did do this on this channel. So this is the pot holder bed. So this is a very important piece. That could go here. That could go on the big shelf. I was gonna just put it on here. It's kind of a centerpiece because it's so large. I could also hide something behind it too. But I don't really want to hide anything on these shelves because the whole point of them is to know what I have and to have access to it and grab it. So whenever I need the pot holder bed, I have all these pot holder mattresses. You'll have to watch the video. That would be a nice centerpiece though. So I probably should build it around that, and so that I do remember to use that, and so that I do remember to make rooms. Oh. Something else I found that, or I didn't find, but I just appreciated because while I was dusting it off, another good reason to take time to dust off the stuff on your shelves is that this is such a topic for my vlog channel, but you appreciate the stuff. So maybe you should dust once a week. I wish I had time to dust once a week. But I love this barrel so much. I think, I can use it like this as a table. It's just something that I thrifted. That's beautiful. But you can also get like newer ones. I think I did thrift this one, but I think this is the kind of thing that you can buy on Temu and those other Chinese websites. And also there's woodworking websites that aren't available in Canada. Nonetheless, those definitely do need to go back on this shelf. I think I do have a lot more space. Did I tell you this yet? I think this is what we're gonna do, which actually works out pretty good. I am gonna, so I don't take up that full space of animals, which it looked really cute. I think I will stack them like that, where I'll put my favorite animal in the front, or actually the smallest animal in the front, and then that way I can save more space, know that I have the animals, but we have to, appreciate what we have, and you do get the gist of what that is, and it still does look cool, and it still does allow me to see what I have, because too much real estate for something that I've never even actually used, but I do like it. And there's even these ones, which make me think. I think these ones are from Dollar Tree. Those ones were from Dollarama, but I think you can get those at Dollar Tree. But I would like to do like an entrance with two of these lions. Now you could do it. You could make a with two different animals at the entrance. That would be kind of cool. They made another animal, but I didn't like it. Like I am sometimes I'm choosy, but this was so royal, and it's made out of wood. This would look so cool to the entrance of a child's bedroom, like as is. But then you could do like a grown-up version, and I guess I could put it. I'm just having all these ideas while I'm seeing the stuff. See how important it is to see the stuff? So yeah, to put this as a grand entrance outside the door. Many of you would probably want to paint it gold or paint it white with gold accents, and that would be really cool. But I'm the wood guy, and I just like things raw and as is. But that's, yeah, I'm just getting inspired, looking at my stuff, using it in different ways, and I never have used those, and I never have used the animals, but I've always had this dream of making this like a really cool child's bedroom with these giant animals that they could climb all over, and that would be a cool bedroom, a cool, rich kid's bedroom, a princess bedroom. And check out her. Have you seen the videos where I'm making these creative, weird, bald, my own Mattel mashups? Well, that's happening. These might go on here. I might highlight the black ones now, and I might have to. These would be the perfect windows to have in that child's castle deluxe bedroom. What else do I have here that I have to put on here? Oh, I really wanted to put these on the shelf before we get the smaller furniture, because I do forget to use those. But they're also pretty awesome, and they fit there really nicely too. But pulling these out and using them as little boxes and crates for my dioramas is perfect to remember that too. And I said this not too long ago on this channel. This is where I'm keeping my advent calendar numbers to put in the thumbnails of my videos. See? It's just these letter blocks that I thrifted once. Guess we have to put the larger ones on the bottom. But oh yeah, when I take all this stuff out and I put 4 little feet on the bottom of this, we have like the coolest large credenza that you ever did see. Yeah, I just did a video talking about that, but it's kind of a shame that I don't store stuff in that. I was for a while, but actually it's not now that I know that I can think every time I need a crate, I can just come over here and pull out some crates to lift things up for at least a video thumbnail. But you can also use these as bedside tables, and this is the kind of furniture, the industrial kind of furniture that I would have in my house anyway. So it is pretty cool to have that option of furniture like that. Oh, I see where the wood is falling apart on this. I can put some glue in there though. There's a few other things that I need to glue together. One of my favorite crates has one of the boards coming off here, so I have to glue that too. It must be this one, is it? Or is it the one I have under the tree? Must be the one under the tree. That has to be fixed. Anyway, I think that'll look good. Maybe not centered there, because maybe we now have to uncenter the large items. Maybe they'll look best on the shelf together. I also like to put heavier items on the edges, because it'll make these shelves bow. So heavier things are always better next to the edge. And then, I'll want to space it out. But let's take a look at some other stuff that you might have seen in my haul videos. Well, really up close and personal there. First you're looking at my bum, then you're like right in my face. Back up. Oh, itchy, dusty nose, dusting. So nice to have at least one tiny part dusted. But I could throw in some of these. I could even throw in some Christmas decorations in here. It fits because it's old timey. And I could probably in this display area, I could probably find narrow furniture and put this on top of a desk or something and make a little. This could be a scene area that I make. Now we're limited. We're limited to what we can do because of the narrowness of the shelves, but that is pretty cool. Look, I even got some. Look, Anna, some color in my stuff. But here, this is the perfect opportunity to, now that we have these extra shelves and that I am curating the things that I really like, these triangle shelves that I have hauled so many times because I keep putting them back into. I don't have a place to put them, the box, and then they get stuck into the things. But now I can just, even though they don't really fit on the shelf, I have to figure out a creative way to put them on. I guess I could put them on sideways. They're a little thick for my shelves, but as long as I can see them, how could I do this? I think that's the best way. I'm gonna make things as stable as possible too on this shelf because you just saw what happened there. For example, I'm a very clumsy guy. So fortunately, I think that is the best way. This is why I haven't put them on the shelf before. So they don't fit. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Look, maybe I should have made an even narrower shelf. Okay, other new pieces of furniture that are being neglected. Oh, it's good to stack this stuff. If it's the same piece, it's good. You can stack it, but because you got all that extra space. But also, maybe I have a crate or something that I can double up on, so I can put that. Again, this is definitely not going to be the finished scenario. Stack things like this too. Got to be creative, and it's an artwork. It's an art piece, just Jenga-ing them on the wall. What else have I been neglecting? Oh, a new little chest. This is nicer than any of those. I showed you some boxes that I've turned into different things. This is one of the nicest, simpler ones that I've ever found at the dollar store. That is definitely like a nice, set on her tuffet. It's like a tuffet or a. It has crates of endless possibilities. Something that can be stacked. And we have these new barrel seats possibilities. They close hampers, whatever they want to be, but I do love these. And they can be put on the shelf now and stacked. Another one of these houses. This piece that I paid too much for when I already had a credenza. Does it fit this way? Oh, we like it when it fits that way. And, do I just glue feet on the bottom of this so I have a permanent credenza? Because I can't think of anything else that I'd want to use this for. It even has the detail on the back looks like a real credenza where you have the board nailed to the back of it. So maybe I just have this one piece. Such a great versatile shelf for putting miniatures on. It definitely helps to be able to save space by putting it on this way. Oh, from my last Christmas haul, we've got these little blocks with Christmas. Well, they're stamps, but they also could work very well as decorations, which I said in my haul video. But that's kind of cool. And then these crates. But okay, I'm gonna dump those out because they have to go somewhere else. But look at this. Look at these. Look at these stackable crates that I just got, and that's so cool that they can nest on the shelf, and I can pull them out as needed. If I'm making a thumbnail, this happens all the time, and I need to raise things, and maybe this one is too short to raise it up to fit into the picture, and you just need that tiny little degree. Plus you can stack them plus you can stack them for studio shots where you have one person sitting up here, one person sitting down there, and they're looking all glamorous. Like I have time to do Instagram pictures anymore anyway. But those are new favorites, and they're definitely going on the shelf. It will be nice to mix in some of the geometric with some of the round, and that's how you make it look good. It's surprisingly like how good that looks up there. But yeah. Oh, I got 2 of these. I didn't realize. I got 2 of them. That's really cool because I can stack them. I could even stack them like this. Maybe not because there's a hinge there. That's not very safe. Stack them like this. We have room for even more stacking. Another one of these, which I don't know how often I'll use these lids, but those lids definitely have potential for other things. But I can stack these up like this. Or different things. All of this has different things in this mini shelf. I forgot to show you this in the haul video. I remember I had all of these little gingerbread men and little cute decorations, and they came in this little platform. Look, it's a shelf just like mine, just this super thin shelf that you can highlight some stuff on and switch it up really easily. So check that out. And then some more tray boxes. I did tell you a lot of ideas for these things. I mean, they're tabletops, they're chimneys, they're pillars. There's so many different things. They're troughs if you have animals. But those are cool. Apparently those are too long. That one's too long to put on the shelf. This I do like to do this a lot. I did notice that I had a box like that. I had a box with a box in a box. Something like this. Oh yeah, here's another bed frame. I think I've got a mattress that fits perfectly in here. So I guess I could hide this bed behind this bed, for example, if it fit in here. No, that was bad planning. I guess I should have spread those legs out a bit more, because then I could fit them. I mean, I can cross hatch it so that I know that doesn't look as neat and tidy. But again, we got to do what we got to do. Where's the box that had another box in it? I'm sure it's around here somewhere. And then we've got these things, which I think look so good for outside planters, or just, I mean, stack them and make pillars with them. The potentials are endless. Inside pot planters, but I really do see these outside at a front door. They just look like the right shape. So those are a nice new addition to the collection and should be displayed on my wall. Apparently I have 4 of them, which they stack pretty well, but that actually looks like a disaster waiting to happen. I probably would figure out some other place. Sometimes when I have little things like this, I will just put them inside one of these crates that are on here, and then we've got like a nice little thing. And plus, turn these upside down, they're also stools, just like the other things. So yeah, I'll probably do something like that with them on here. And here's my mini picnic table, which is sad that I paid $3 for, and I mean, it was only bent a little bit, but I totally took it apart, and I tell myself that I'm gonna build it again. But is that ever gonna happen? Even if it doesn't happen, I kind of love these little wooden pieces to stick around, piled around my industrial apartment. Like just putting this, it looks like some kind of easel or something. Just leaning that against the wall looks really nice anyway. For at least that's the kind of thing that I do in my home. Another one of these houses, which look, I could even stick it on top of there. We could have these little places, which a little pop of color here and there, especially if it's old-fashioned, doesn't look so bad. Look at this room I have to grow. What else is in here? Oh, here's a video that I have to remember to do. We need to go through all of the dollar store jewelry that can be used for in 1/6 scale for other purposes. It'll be a good video. And we've got this new accessory pack for Slate. You know, the guy who's supposed to ride that motorcycle but can't. Oh, I'm really excited to try this. I can't. This earring, like, supposed to clip around your ear. I'm really excited to try that as a bracelet with extra chain and so many possibilities for that thing, for example. And then I've totally emptied the box full of new wooden accessories. Of course, we have to, you know, juggle this stuff around, make it look as nice as possible. Maybe find some of the stuff has to go in boxes, some of the stuff doesn't have to go in boxes. But for now, I can just pile it up. Oh, here's a table that I like to use every once in a while. Oh. Okay, so maybe we have to do another tour one other day. I don't know why we would. These are pretty awesome. These kind of remind me of like some kind of chest that's from like a world traveler. Really nice. I have taken these mats off. I've ripped them off of the sides of the pieces of wood and actually used these as blinds and yoga mats and all kinds of, every time I need a long curtain, or I love those. Those come in very handy. But I also like the boxes. I think I like these more than I like the boxes, because I have never really used them as boxes, but using these as curtains and mats, I definitely have. I think I might have to split up some of the smaller furniture, because I do have pieces that are like, this is not really 1/6 scale, but there are tiny fireplaces that exist, and these chairs are more for a 10-inch doll than like they're good for Slate. So I might want to put that stuff separately on a different shelf. Yeah, and then my convertible sinks. Now I have this is to remind me that I have lots of both of these. Actually, I don't know. I might have 2 of those and 6 of those, or vice versa, or I might have 6 of both of them. But I can have a round sink or a square sink, and that's my sink setup. And those feet, sometimes I definitely regret it on this, because you can't get those kind of crates anymore. Now I can make crates like this, so I shouldn't be so hard on myself. It'd be really easy to make crates like that, because I made these pieces permanent by putting the feet on the bottom, because I know sometimes I need a thin, long cabinet like that for a sink or something like that. The sinks are removable. The sinks aren't put down. And then I've got these little miniature weird faucets from a Monopoly game, which work really well as faucets, even though gold would be better, more my color. But yes, I have these permanent shelves that I've glued the different pieces together to make, but these are very useful and I use them all the time. So yeah, we gotta mix and match our treasures here. And I don't know if I'll ever have time to make more furniture, but we also have the handmade. See, this is nicer than the crate furniture, and I want to make more of these and more other similar furniture pieces, but there's not always time. But there's definitely room. There's definitely room to grow. I don't think that was a good choice. And then I can put turnaround stuff in here, or that would be really nice as just a blank spot sometimes. But I do have to juggle the stuff around, figure out what's going on, look through here. Maybe some of that stuff will go into the bins. Maybe some of the stuff that's in the bins will go on here. Maybe some of the stuff that's going on in the main diorama in there. Like, what's going on in there? Do you see that place? That place is crazy, and it's kind of a mess because the front room I keep knocking stuff over from the front room, so I had to push the stuff back in there. But you can see other videos for this. Oh, look at this potbelly fireplace. That has to be highlighted on here somewhere. We love that. That's going on here. We have to use that more often. That should be in the dioramas. Anything else? No, I think that was a good enough day. We went through a lot, and there's always more. You know, these boxes aren't sparking the joy. It might be because what's in them. It might be the size of them. I mean, if I have them as is, it's like I love a piece of wood, and I love a box. So they definitely have potential, and I love that they're real glass too. Real glass, wood, and metal. That's all of the best stuff. So maybe I shouldn't be putting plastic boxes in them, and maybe I can find another purpose for them. Maybe I'll use them for the intended purpose. Maybe I'll put 3 very special action figures inside of them and have them highlighted, perhaps on this shelf, but they would also fit on these shelves too. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. There's 3 of them, but is it kind of being wasted? Maybe. Are they too thick for a diorama? Not really. This could be a 1/6 scale closet for sure, but maybe it's a bit high and the door is a bit big and cumbersome. Yeah, I don't know if I want them for 1/6 scale, but I do want them for wanting them. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This was a very productive day, but it probably took me way too long. And then I have to clean up more of this mess too, and I probably spent way too much time on it than I had time, because I should be getting these boxes sorted and out of here so that I can feel like Christmas is free and wonderful and open. That's what we want. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then.